Welcome back to Grandma Willow's Story Tree. Today's story is about the tiniest girl who ever lived, and all the extraordinary things her size allowed her to do. This is the story of Thumbelina. Thumbelina was no bigger than a thumb. She lived in a tulip flower in a beautiful garden, and she loved her small life very much. Being small, she had discovered, meant she could do things that nobody else could do. She could slip a tiny blanket made of a petal over a sleeping bumblebee without waking it. She could fix the bent feather on a sparrow's wing by gently weaving it back into place with a strand of spider silk. She could even deliver tiny, important letters under the doors of mouse houses when the mice were too big to fit their own paws underneath. She had, in short, made herself absolutely essential to the garden by being exactly the size she was. One sunny summer morning, Thumbelina heard a great fuss coming from the far end of the garden. A family of field mice had a very big problem. A narrow tunnel, their only way in and out of their home, had become completely blocked by a pebble. Now, the pebble wasn't large by any garden standards, but it was exactly the right size to be completely immovable by their little mouse paws. Thumbelina walked right up to the tunnel entrance. She placed both of her tiny hands on the pebble. It was just the right size for her to get a good grip. She pushed. It moved. The mice cheered and scurried into their home, so grateful. Then there was the matter of the baby bird. It had fallen into a deep crack between two large stones and couldn't get out. The crack was too small for a helpful cat to reach into, and too deep for a clever mouse to manage. But Thumbelina wasn't too big or too small. She carefully climbed in. She found the frightened little bird, calmed it with her soft voice, and gently coaxed it, guiding it towards a spot where it could climb out to safety. Again, she was just the right size for the job. Word of her amazing abilities spread like wildfire through the garden. If something was stuck somewhere too small for anyone else, find Thumbelina. If something needed mending that was too delicate for larger hands, find. If a message needed delivering somewhere nobody else could reach, find Thumbelina. She became, without even trying to be anything other than herself, the most sought-after helper in the whole garden. A large frog once looked at her and said, with genuine awe in his voice, "I don't know how any of us managed before you got here." Thumbelina looked around at the bustling garden, the mice, the birds, the bees, the beetles, all of them her friends, and felt the warm certainty of knowing exactly where she belonged. Thumbelina didn't spend her days wishing she were bigger. She spent her days finding new and wonderful ways to be useful at exactly the size she was. She found, over time, that the things only she could do were not small things at all. They were the things that made a very great difference to everyone around her. The end. And remember, being different is not a disadvantage. Every size, every shape, and every kind of person has something special that only they can offer the world. Your uniqueness is your strength. Come back soon to Grandma Willow's Story Tree. Every story here is waiting just for you.